everybody. Bright and early, I think it's about 7 o'clock, and we've got the toys out the shed already. That fucking thing won't start. That thing's fighting me all the way. Anyway, we're not working on that today, but we are messing with a Zontes related, i.e. we're going to measure those forks up. As you know from my previous video, we've got no spark on this, and I've ordered a new CDI, and there it is. So you'll think I'm going to pop that on and see if we get a spark. Well, I'm not, and the reason is because I've already done it and there still ain't no spark, so I've put the old one back on. So once again I started without you. What I think we're going to do today is pop into that side there. I think that's where the stator is. We're going to whip the stator out. I think I've identified the one I need online, so I want to get that ordered. But before I order it, I actually want to pop the old one out and just compare the pictures, just to make sure absolutely we've got the right one. Before we do that though, these forks, as previously mentioned, are totally shot. But I have these Zontes Tiger forks. Now, on the face of it, they look the same. Will they fit? I don't know. We're going to do some measuring up. We're going to do it now. So, I've got a tape measure. So first thing I'm going to measure is overall length, and it doesn't really matter if this is not spot on, but they're 800mm and the Zontes ones £800mm, spot on. Turn that shit round so I can see you. Next thing I'm going to measure with my little caliper, what your funny face call it thing. So we'll measure the thickness of the tube, which says 31.03. 29.9. Ah no, hang on, 30 point, yeah, same, 30.03. So length is correct, thickness is correct. Not terribly important, but the other thing I want to measure, let's get you there, I'm going to measure this distance here, which is the mudguard mount. Again, not important really, because if it's wrong I can just re-drill or put a Zontes mudguard on it indeed. So we've got 53. Fucking hay fever's playing me up again. 46. So that distance is not the same. Not a big shit, not a big problem. Like I said, we just re-drill for the mudguard. Caliper mounting bolts. This is quite important, this needs to be correct. So let's go for that. So we're looking at 66. No, we're about 10mm out there, which is a bugger. Shit. Right. Also, I wonder now, unless I can get a Zontes caliper, but then will it fit? Will it actually go onto the disco case? Now what my thought is I wonder if those down tubes here, which are the only bit that's shot on there, well there's fork seals as well, I wonder if we can just swap out the tubes. That is something I'm going to try, but it's not something I'm going to try right now. As well as the Zonti's Tiger forks, I've also got some CPI forks here as well, which are no good because they're a massive thickness. They're like 50 odd mil. So yeah, I might just tear those two forks apart then and see if we can knock up a pair of forks out the two of them. Failing that, I'll have to buy some new ones. It'll be worth doing, I think. Anyway, I want to get torn into that stator, so let's get you set up and we'll go for that. Right, let's go. There, this comes apart. Let's get a socket, that'll help, wouldn't it? I just said to myself, let's get all set up, all the tools, so that when I turn the camera on, I can crack straight on and do it. And then I didn't even bring a socket. Now, I have known these to have oil in. Whether this one has or not, I don't know. I can't remember what bike it was, might have been an ER5, but I remember thinking, how the fuck does a stator work and conduct electricity when it's floating around in oil? But yeah, apparently it does. Well, that's of no fucking help whatsoever. Yeah, I suppose that would be handy if you wanted to just turn your rotor around. Right, let's see what else we got here. One there. Let's get that very weird gear change off. Anybody know how you even say this, by the way? I know you're not going to be able to tell me because you just write the word down, so it's a stupid thing to ask, but Huoniao? I mean, I can't say that fucking sober, so maybe if you're pissed you'd be able to say it. Maybe the Chinaman that come up with the name was pissed. He went to say Honda or something, and Huoniao. Yeah. Alright, I might have to time lapse some of this because I just see a chap undoing a load of bolts. The most fascinating viewing, I would imagine. Right, get that one under there. Nope. Imagining that starter's got to come off. Incorrect use of tools. Thought I'd get that in there before someone hit me up with the comments. Oh shit. Nice little gear. to come off. Now that's still being held incredibly solidly. Is it that one in there? I'll get deeper into this, not deeper than I wanted to. Right, what's stopping that coming off? Hang on, I'll see another one. Ah, you sneaky bastard, I saw you. Right, is that it? I bet you know, don't you? I bet you lot are shitting at the camera. You don't do it like that, you fucking muppet. You... Oh dear. Right. Let me get that cable clamp off. I think I can get that one. I'll get it with a wobble socket. There we go. Just a little thing there. I cannot see anything else ordered it unless for some reason this starter thing is still holding on. Which, let's face it, it could be. There we go, they've got movement. Come on, baby. Incorrect use of tools again. When I shatter my case, I shall say, yes guys, you were right. So what I am getting though, oil. I mean, it is full of oil. Yeah, that's dripping oil. I hope it's full of oil now, because if it isn't, or rather if it is and it shouldn't be, it means I've got a seal gone. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off, guys. I'm going to drain the oil and I'll come back on. Right, that oil's draining. I think, I'm fairly convinced that this stator bolt has got to come off as well. There it is. Get the big bastard out for that. Come here, you twat. Okay, now, how are you going to let go? Gotcha. And yes, I think that centre nut did have to come off. Let me just have a look. And it is full of oil. No, the centre nut did not have to come off. So let's pop that back on. With my bit of rag. What the fuck have I done? Oh, I'm hopeless. Right, let's get that back on. So yes, it does appear as though that is indeed an oil-filled stator. And then in that is our prize. finished. I must remember this time, because I forgot with the Zontes, to order myself a new gasket. How the fuck does that come out then? Surely. Got to get that plug through that hole. How the fuck are you meant to do that without cutting the plug off? Maybe that's how you do it. Got to cut the plug off. Right, what I'm going to probably try and do is get a screwdriver in there, and rather than cut them off, I'm going to try and disconnect from this plug here. So, right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop this back together roughly, and then I'll bring you back when we've got that stator out. We'll have a quick look at it. Right, we have fished that out, and there it is, and that does look identical to the one that I've identified as well. So it does appear to be an oil filled stator container, whatever you want to call it. Now, looking at this, the thing that's obvious is that wire is very, very, very crunchy. Now, I've not tested this stator, and I should have done, but I'm not going to because it's out now. And as I was saying, that wire is very crunchy. You can almost feel it crunching when you run your fingers around it. The other thing that's worth noting is that all those wires there are cut and split. Now you're going to say, oh, you did that with your screwdriver when you took it out. No, I didn't. They were like that. Now it's an AC stator. We can tell it's an AC stator because one of the poles is wrapped. If it's a DC stator, they would all look like this. What's the difference? I don't know the technicalities of it, but I do know that if it's got an AC stator, it will actually start and run without a battery. If it's a DC stator, like my Kimco, it will not produce a spark unless it's got a good battery on it. Anyway, this, like I said, is an AC stator. So we will take that in, compare that to the pictures, get one on order. It's AliExpress, so it'll take a millennium to get here. But I'm in no particular rush with this bike. I wasn't even going to start it, to be honest with you. But curiosity got the better of me. So yeah, we'll get one of them on order. You did have to remove the plastic plug in order to get it out. And yes, before you ask, I did take photographs of where all the wires go. I didn't last time, so I learned from my mistakes. That was with that gear selector and the Zontes. Yeah, fucking nightmare that turned out to be. Right, we'll have a bit of a tidy up. What I've done with my bit of rag. Treat yourself to a nice shiny new rag. Yeah, anyway, we're going to tidy up now, wrap this up. Oil is absolutely filthy. I don't know when that was last changed. but there's no shiny rainbows or metal chunks or anything like that, which is always a good thing. And then something I do now as well on the clocks there, little sign, no oil. Ask me why I have to do that. No, secondly, don't. Right, we're going to wrap up on this one for the time being. I don't know when I get back to it. Probably be either when that new Stator turns up, or if I'm feeling inspired I might have a go at them forks. Anyway, we're going to move on to something different. We'll call it a day on this one. Thanks for watching. Right guys, quick update just to tag on the end of the video. I've ordered a replacement Stator, that's the good news. A couple of points of concern. One, it's going to take 2 months to get here. 2 fucking months. So you might not see this one for a little while. The other issue, now I've had problems with wiring on Chinese ignitions and stators and all sorts before. Now, in the photo of the one that I've ordered, the 2 wires going to the pickup are green, which is correct, but blue and white. Now this one is used in the black and yellow. So basically the one in the photo is using those 2 for the pickup, but my one is using those 2 for the pickup. So yeah, could be fun when it gets here. We'll see what that's what I say. That's the photo. We'll see what actually arrives. I won't bother changing. You see, I could try it one way, and then if it doesn't work I can try the other, and it doesn't matter that I've fitted this into the engine because I can do the swap around at the plug end, but it's just going to be a load of hassle that I don't need. So anyway, unless it turns up earlier, we will get back to this Stator problem in 2 months' time. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.